And good evening, New Mexico. A lot of things in Albuquerque could look and feel differently if some big proposals go through this evening.
That's right. In fact, right now, Albuquerque city councilors are still debating some issues impacting things like our elections, our immigration policies, even our police and fire chiefs. It's going to be a very long night because so far they've really only dug into one of those issues. Monica Logronio has been monitoring all the back and forth.
Yeah, so Monica, let's start with the potential immigration policy change because it's taken up the bulk of the evening so far, and we just had a vote on it.
Yes, that's right. That proposal just failed on a 5-4 vote. The proposal would have made it possible for higher level police leaders to bring in immigration and customs agents, or ICE, in 3 instances: when a migrant is charged with a violent felony, human trafficking, or drug trafficking. Now, Councilors Brooke Bassan and Renee Grout brought the proposal forward. They argued it would help make Albuquerque even more immigrant-friendly. But tonight, dozens of community members argued against it. In fact, only one person who supported the idea spoke tonight. And there was a lot of backlash towards Bassan and Grout, some people saying the policy would just make increasing racial profiling.
We've been called racists, and I think actually on the flip side of that, the hypocrisy that's coming out of this is incredible, because I don't think I'm racist. I have not said that a certain color of skin is you know what? I gave you your time.
Members with El Centro de Igualdad y Derechos, or the Center of Equality and Rights, say it not only would increase racial profiling, but it's also harmful.
We don't want a two-tier system. We want to make sure everyone has due process. And this is before conviction. So if a person is already turned over to ICE, the proceedings are already going to happen. That person, whether he was innocent or not, is already in the eyes of ICE, and they're going to, unfortunately, be deported and turned over.
Again, that motion failed in a 5-4 vote, with Councilors Bassan, Grout, Dan Champagne, and Dan Lewis for it.
All right, Monica, let's talk about 2 of the other big issues tonight, both of them, though, involving the city charter, which is basically our city's constitution. One of those issues, though, would change up local elections, and the other would deal with the process to remove either the police or maybe the fire chief as well.
That's right. So President Dan Lewis and Councilor Clarissa Peña championed both proposals, Tonight, Lewis made the decision to defer anything to do with that charter, though, June 17th. Now, here's what the election proposal would change. Right now, someone has to get 50% of the vote in a local election to win. If not, we go into a runoff, which we saw in 2018 when Tim Keller beat Lewis for mayor. This idea would lower that threshold to 40% of the vote to win it outright. Money plays a big role in this proposal. Last year's city council runoff election cost more than $550,000, according to the Bernalillo County Clerk's office. But Mayor Keller believes the proposal is undemocratic.
I don't want any elected official who only got 40% of the vote. It feels undemocratic. So I think it's pretty clear the voters already voted on this about 10 years ago, and they moved it up to 50. So, again, I feel like all of these initiatives are, number one, way out of step with the community.
Now, again, this decision and other charter decisions have been deferred to the 17th, but they did open up to the floor for public comment, which is happening right now.
Okay, and now we want to talk about that potential change to the process to remove a police or a fire chief. I mean, this gained some steam earlier this year with some situations involving APD Chief Harold Medina.
Yes, and we'll refresh everyone's memory, in a bit. But this proposal would give City Council the power to hire and fire the Chief of Police and Fire Chief. It would also give them the power to appoint deputy administrative officers. Right now, Mayor Keller appoints and can remove people from those positions. If the voters approve this proposal in November, it would take the power away from Mayor Keller and give it to City Council.
They're about the council being involved in hiring some of these critical positions like the city attorney and the city clerk, who serve all of the city, not just the mayor. And so these are great propositions, and it's up to there's nothing more democratic than everyone in this city having an opportunity to decide on how they want their government to be run.
Now, Councilors Dan Lewis, Dan Champagne, and Luis Sanchez have been more critical of Albuquerque Police Chief Harold Medina since he crashed into a driver in his city-issued truck this past fall, along with learning the federal investigators are looking into the APD's DWI unit. Now, if the council passes that proposal and the election one, both would still go to voters this November. Tessa, Trevor, back to you.
A lot.
They picked a lot for
A lot. It's got me tongue twisted.
All right, Monica, thanks for the rundown there. A lot of work tonight.